Hello, everybody. I am your meteorologist, Justin Williams, here to give you your North Georgia weather forecast. In front of you here is your satellite imagery, and this is just to help pop out those stronger thunderstorms that you can see really right over southern Alabama and Mississippi, and even right north of Jacksonville, going down into the tip of Florida here. There's just some thunderstorms just sparking around due to a low pressure down here, and there's also a cold front that is sparking these as well. So, for the most part, these are trying to make their way towards North Georgia, but they don't really have the conditions to sustain themselves and to even further develop or to intensify. So really, by the time they reach us, I don't think they're going to be causing a whole lot of problems more than just rain. Here's it playing out for the night here, going into you're about 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, we could see some spotty showers, maybe even a thunderstorm down in South Georgia start making its way in. Probably nothing severe. I just don't see them continuing to strengthen, especially with the conditions and the environmental conditions that they are in right now. It is just not favorable at all. They should start dying out. And going into 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you still got a spotty, maybe small thunderstorm here right north of Atlanta, trying to float its way towards northeast Georgia, eventually dying out, as you can see, right over Lanier. Let's kind of extend it on out a little bit farther with this model. Going in, this is starting at 1 a.m. You can see just a couple spotty storms, but this is where it starts picking up about 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, your Thursday morning, right before your commute. We got a decent little spread of rainfall here, nothing heavy, maybe a small thunderstorm right west of Rome. And as it goes on, as you go on to about 9 a.m. on Thursday morning, you got a couple spotty thunderstorms here, mostly in the northwest tip of Georgia. And as you play it on out, they're going to be making their way eastward towards right north of Athens, right over Lanier, hopefully mostly out of our region by, say, 2 o'clock tomorrow. But you can't rule out a possible spotty stray thunderstorm or shower due to this system down here that also got rejuvenated overnight, and that started strengthening during the day. We can't rule out one of them floating up towards our region and giving us a stray shower towards the end of your Thursday, towards the evening time, of course. And by Friday morning, it should be clearing on out. We still got some passing clouds, partly cloudy tomorrow. Still going to be very humid. But as we go into your temperatures for today, we actually broke into the triple digits officially here in Athens and in Atlanta. We hit 100 degrees, and so did Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys up here in Northwest Georgia, there's a spotty triple digits by the end of the day here. But for the most part, if you're not in the triple digits or haven't hit it already, you're probably not going to hit it today. But that's still pretty good. Most of the regions really peaked up into the upper 90s, near 98, 99 degrees today, which is absurd. It is very, very hot. But as you go on into your tonight, it's not going to be dropping a whole lot. Going to be dropping down to mid to upper 70s, so not much of a break. Still going to be hot, even at its lowest temperature tonight. Then as you go into tomorrow, you are going to see us decrease in high temperature tomorrow. Highs up to just barely scraping into the 90s tomorrow for most of the region here. Some of us may not even see 90 tomorrow just because of those storms, those cloud cover. They're just going to keep us damp and cool. Cool, I mean upper 80s, not 60s, but upper 80s tomorrow for some spots. And as you go on into your Friday, you're going to be cooling down to the low 70s once more. I did mention that it's going to be very humid. One way to measure humidity is dew point, and really anything below 60 is going to be very dry. And for the most part, we are pretty dry right now. This is about current conditions. We are in the upper 50s for the most part in most of North Georgia, which is very dry, very comfortable weather, even though it's 100 degrees outside. It's still hot, don't get me wrong, but it's better than 100 degrees with crazy humidity. And that's what we're going to be experiencing in the next couple of days here. Going into tonight, those storms are going to bring in some pretty high dew points, some pretty high humidity. Going into your Thursday morning, dew points of 70 basically across the board for North Georgia. Going into Thursday evening, mid 70s for most of the region. Unfortunately, it is going to be a bad day at the end of Thursday. Then going into Friday, same story really. Dew points into the 70s, and those are not going to be going away as you go into your weekend. Dew points and floating still in the 70s all the way through Sunday, and hopefully we'll be getting a break starting Monday morning here. We can see some pretty low dew points in the 50s start surging their way on down towards North Georgia by Monday evening. you know the humidity. Well, let's check out the other component, your actual temperature. This is here in Athens. We're going to be floating around the low 90s up until Sunday. We're going to be peaking up into the 90s, upper 90s once more. Then really next week, we're really on track to go for another triple-digit run at the end of next week. So we'll see how that plays out going on into next week. But let's go in and go and check Chattanooga. You guys are very similar. Highs into the low 90s, maybe even a straight 89 tomorrow. That's not completely out of bounds. I do suspect you guys might hit 90 tomorrow. I don't think you guys are going to be completely cloudy. You guys are going to be partly cloudy, storms every now and then. When that sun breaks through, you guys are going to get pretty warm, pretty humid, pretty quick. So be on the lookout for that. That is really the story. You guys are going to see some storms tonight. Nothing severe. You guys are going to see a little bit of storms tomorrow, but nothing severe there. It should be making your way out, making for a pretty nice Friday and Saturday. Unfortunately, Saturday and Sunday, there is a small chance of rain. We really don't know a whole lot about that yet. We're still pretty far out. So keep an eye on that for your weekend plans. Once again, I am your meteorologist, Justin Williams, and go Dogs.